Oh, okay, here we go again. Wanted to welcome you back again. This is episode number 3 of my channel, My Story, I'm Adopted, where I basically just go through the process of what I went through in finding my birth family, how I went about finding, reaching out to my birth mother and my birth father eventually. Over the first episode we were on, I took you through the veto process and basically the different stuff I went through on what I filled out to gain the information. Yeah, it does cost money. I think it cost me over $170 odd to get all of my certificates and things that I wanted. As I said to you, it gave me things like, that was my birth certificate when I was born. It also gave me things like marriage searches of my birth mother, which basically helps me out because then I need to know what her name, of course, is now. And that, took me through it, that she was married to Mark Edward Rolls, 24th of June, 1989 at Coaldale. And just a few years later in 1994, she will marry a Robert John Webster, 9th of May, 1994. Which is fantastic because and in Wollongong too. So I'm also knowing the area, and what I'll learn is no one really wandered too far from home anyway. I was born at the Crown Street Hospital in Sydney, and everything I can see here, she was born in sort of the Bulli area, and I've even got her birth certificate there, and I know from 1954. So there's a lot of information there, I know, which is fantastic because then that gives me an idea of the looking on process. What I do from here, once I've got all of this information and I know her name and the area that she's in, I'm lucky I'm in Albury, New South Wales myself. So I just basically, I went down to the electoral roll, and that's where I'll do my research. I go down there, I've got access, of course, to the electoral roll, and that's all throughout, which is fantastic. You can go down there, you write, you're not down there taking photos and everything like that, but of course you're down there, and you're seeing all the history, because I knew she was born in 1954, I was born in 73, she was 19 at the time, so then of course you can even see her coming on the electoral roll, and you can see her journey along the way, which I think is really great. It helps out a lot and gives you that information. So that's basically what I did in finding, where to sort of go through next. Because of course my next step from here is I want to reach out to her. I want to make contact, ask a few questions. I think unless you're an adoptee, you don't really understand the fact that we know nothing, we know no history about ourselves when we, and it's been that way from when you're a kid, really. You ask questions and, your past history and things like that. And do you know your medical history? Do you know this? Do you know that? Well, no. Quite simply, I know nothing. And I think it's when you tick those boxes that you actually sit there and you end up realizing, isn't that sad? And it's sad I know nothing. Everyone else out there, they can go boom, boom, boom and know everything. Not only that, I know, I want to know what do I look like anyone out there? I know when I look at my 2 kids now, I look at my girl and she's 9. She's 11 now, gosh. And I can see me in her. I see my eyes and my nose in my son. So, there's just so many things that we want to know and we want to ask, and we hope we can get answers back. So anyway, what I'll do from here is I put it all together. I find out her address. I know where she is. And I basically, from now, I'll write her a letter. It's always scary when we reach out to someone. We never know what we're going to get. I've always thought in the back of my head, just remember you were given up, you weren't wanted. So don't go for more. And yeah, you know, and I think that's how you've got to be. Maybe that gives us our thick skin. Yeah, we can say we're thick and we can say we're tough as much as we want, but at the end of the day, we are only human, and of course things can break us and make us sad. So what I'll do is I sit down and I scribe a letter to her. This is a photocopy simply of my letter that I scribed to her. I actually thought it was a really good letter. I enjoy writing, I always have, so I think I put myself out there pretty good always. I'm going to read it out to you and yeah, share with you how I tried to reach out. So this is my story. This is my letter. Okay. Darylyn, not sure how to start this letter, so I guess the first thing is to introduce myself. My name is Susan. I was born on the 20th of December 1973. From the information I have got, I believe you are my birth parent. I am not contacting you for any bad reasons. You just reach a time in your life when it is the right time to seek the answers to the question you've often asked yourself. The main one is why. Why did you reach the decision you did? What was your circumstance at the time? I'm sorry, this has probably hit you like a freight train, but this is hard for me to write too. On my original birth certificate, the father's name is missing. I would like to know his name and basic background. Were you born in Australia? Your name is unusual. Another thing I would like to know is the medical background. I noticed you lost your mother at an early age of 78. Is there anything bad that runs in the family? I ask this as I have 2 children of my own, and if there is anything I should be aware of down the track, it would be good. It is very hard not to know anything about your background. Filling in the blanks would be great. I'm not sure what you have told your family about me, but really, I just want to know some answers. Does your family know anything? Did you ever have any kids of your own? Maybe your dad's the only one that knows now. I was also after a picture of you. I know it sounds weird, but I always wondered if I look like someone. Maybe you might even have a picture of the father as well. Do you ever think of me? Does the 20th mean anything to you, or is it just part of the past you choose not to think about? I'm really just writing this down as I think of questions. It is not meant to sound blunt. Have you ever tried to gain any information? Oh God, this could go on forever with all my questions. So the best thing to do is to ask you to respond to my questions that I have asked so I can learn more about myself. My details are below. Goodbye. And then I just sign off, Susan. Karen. So yeah, that's basically, yeah, my letter I write, and I actually was pretty proud of myself because it was short. I wanted to ask a million things that actually could have gone on for pages and pages, but you just sort of, you get out there what you can, and yeah, because you're really not even sure that you're going to get a response at the end of the day. Because I knew her name, you know, Google's so incredible. So you can sit there and Google and you can find out so many things. And for me, in there you'll hear that I asked the mother passed away. And that's because I can get access to things. I've got full access. I know that, you know, she lost her mother on the 1st of November 2005. And I know that she was 78 because I can see that she was born 28th of the 2nd, 1927. So my first thing I think of, well, wow, 78, that's a fairly young age to pass away of. And of course, it's only natural that I'm going to ask those questions of, was there anything in the family I need to know about? So anyway, you know, once you drop that letter, your heart's rushing, it's 100 miles an hour, and at the end of the day, you're just hoping for that response back, and you're not sure what you're going to get. Anyway, I did get a response back. Not very long, but yeah, got a response back. So this is my letter back from Darylyn, my birth mother. And she just simply writes, Susan, apart from my father, the only other people who know are the father and his immediate family. My mother passed away from cancer. No, I have never tried to find out anything about you. I have had no communication with the father since you were born. Have no idea where he is. I have no photo. As far as the name, if there has been no attempt on his part to find out information, I'm not sure if supplying his name is the right thing to do. My husband and I have a 14-year-old. My father is Dutch. I was born in Australia. My mother was Australian. My mother and I never spoke of the incident even before she passed away. Darylyn. So that's it there. Yeah. And my response to that is cold. Cold, nasty. Yeah. So anyway, I sit, I think, and of course I know there has to be another letter. So anyway, I'm going to sign off on this one because that's my letter to her. I'll let her back. Yeah, next episode you'll see what my my next step is in the process, and yeah, let's go from there. I know this one was only short and sweet, but yeah, this is where we're at. So thank you again for joining in. I hope you're liking it. Not every story is great, and some are good, some are bad. Let's just see how mine ends up. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope it's doing something for some people. And if you're a child out there if you're a person out there who was adopted and you're trying to find your family, I wish you all the luck. If you're a parent who gave your child up, I wish you all the luck as well. Okay. Thanks again, and I'll see you next episode. Thanks again. Bye.